Good day, friends. I warmly welcome you to today's episode in our series. Today, I'll be talking about mental breakdown. Mental breakdown. I want to believe that this is a term that you are familiar with. You must have had it one time or so many other times. You hear people say, I'm broken mentally. My mental health is in disarray, and there are so many words that could be used to qualify that situation, mental breakdown. But before I go on, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not done so, and please turn on the notification button so that once this video drops or any other video, you'll be among the very first to have them. And kindly share this video around so that your friends, people around you also can learn one or two things as we make frantic effort in helping people with the issue of mental health, because mental health issue, they are very serious issue these days. And like we always say in mental health, that it does not just affect the person alone, it affects the entire community, the entire society, because once somebody is mentally not okay, any other person around him also suffers from the effect of that. So that's why we make effort to make sure that everybody is fine. And once you are okay mentally, I bet that a lot of things will take their place rightly without any problem. So as we go on talk about the issue of mental breakdown. So we say, what is mental breakdown? In a layman's definition, or just very brief, we can say that situation whereby mentally, physically, and emotionally you are overwhelmed with things. You are overwhelmed with a particular situation, you are overwhelmed with a particular person. It can lead to mental breakdown. For instance, maybe something that could be normal to another person, we can even use things that are maybe common generally. Just take, for instance, maybe at work or in the home, or maybe in your business or daily activities. This particular situation now becomes overwhelming, that you are no longer able to manage it, and it begins to drain you. It begins to affect you physically, emotionally, and otherwise. It begins to mess up with your mental health, that you become disoriented. When somebody is there, you are talking to the person, and you notice that this person is not even active listening to you, or the person is not even listening to what you are saying. This person is absent-minded. A kind of something is already eating up this person. There is an assignment given to you at work, in your office, and this assignment is draining you physically, emotionally, and otherwise. It can lead to mental breakdown, that you are not able to sleep well anymore, because every time you lie down to rest or to sleep, all your calculation is, how do I get along with this assignment? How do I deliver on this? How do I do this? How do I do that? It becomes a burden on you. And it is not just that it becomes a burden, it begins to break you down. That ordinarily, things that you enjoy doing, you begin to avoid doing them, or you no longer have interest in doing them. Places you like going, even your hobbies that you have formed over the years, you begin to miss those hobbies, that you no longer even take interest in any of these hobbies anymore. That is a sign of mental breakdown, that something is happening wrongly. Or in your relationship, that it's now overwhelming, you are feeling overwhelmed, and probably your partner is not forthcoming, you are not able to communicate properly, you don't even know what the problem is, and you can't even communicate the problem, even if there was any that you have identified, probably because there is gap in communication and there is misunderstanding up and down, and you are not able to cope with that situation, and it begins to break you down mentally. You have a situation at hand that you need it to be solved, and it's looking as if you don't even have a solution to that problem, and this problem is there, overwhelming you, and you seem not to have any hope or any solution to solve this particular problem, or you are feeling helpless, like there is no support, you can't get support from anywhere, you are not seeing any sign of support from anywhere, it is just like you are all alone in this situation. And even in you being all alone in this situation, it is a very hopeless situation. These things can lead to mental breakdown. You see, when we begin to experience this kind of overwhelming situations, whether physically, that is why we normally advise for rest. Even if you are doing a physical job and at a point your body could no longer take it anymore, find time and rest. Find time and rest. When you rest, you'll be able to gather more energy, be more mentally ready and prepared to continue with that same assignment. But if you keep on digging, keep on working, even when your body is tired and needs this rest, time comes when you will be totally broken down, that you may not be able to do anything anymore. And that is why one of the coping strategies we also encourage in managing some of these situations is rest. Sometimes you take your mind off the problems, because the thing is that there will always be problems. Problems will always be there until we leave this world. So the question or the issue now is, when these problems come, how do I manage them? How prepared am I to manage these kind of problems when they come? And like we say, people manage problems differently. How the other person manages a problem may be different how the other person manages a problem, and they may have different outcomes that may suit them at different times or different situations. So you watch it. So people have different coping mechanisms. People have a lot of things they do and how they do their own things to cope with a particular overwhelming situation. So you need to be, one of the reasons is that you need to be self-aware. You need to be aware of who you are, because if what works for the other person didn't work for you and you employ the same strategies or the same tactics, it will even create more problems for you. So one of the ways of knowing your coping strategies that can actually help you through some of these overwhelming situations is, first of all, knowing who you are. When you know who you are, what you can do, what you cannot do, your limitations, your strengths, your weaknesses. When you know some of these things, that is how you now know who you are. It will now help you to be able to choose your coping strategies properly and well. So by the time you choose it, you are in the same situation, but you have a different approach on how to overcome this particular situation. So mental breakdown is real. And some of the things we mentioned here can actually trigger and bring up mental breakdown. So please watch it. Once you begin to feel overwhelmed, please withdraw, retreat, seek for help, ask questions, rest. What you didn't finish today, you can still do them tomorrow. It is not a must that you must finish everything today. So you partition things you can achieve today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. That's why we have what we call short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. If you bring your long-term goals to your short-term goal, it could be overwhelming. So know things that you have the capacity to achieve today, know things you have the capacity to achieve tomorrow and next tomorrow and all that, and you partition them that way. It will definitely help you from going into a mental breakdown in every situation and sphere of life. So please remember to share this video to your friends. Kindly like and share this video. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel. Please hit the subscription button and turn on the notification button so that once this video drops anytime, you'll be among the first to know. So until I come your way next time, stay healthy mentally. Bye.